family and friends. Multi-ROM 3. Unit 12.
Clever.
Listening 108. Listen and point.
Old, young, handsome, pretty, short, tall, shy, friendly, shy, old, short, friendly, tall, handsome, young, pretty.
Listen and repeat.
Old, young, handsome, pretty, short, tall, shy, friendly.
Listening 109. Listen and read.
Look, Amy, we got some old photos.
This is Dad, when he was young.
I'm still young.
Wow, he was handsome then.
I'm still handsome.
Look, this is Grandma when she was young.
Wow, Grandma was pretty.
I think Grandma is still pretty.
Look at this photo of Grandpa.
Wow, he had black hair when he was young.
Yes, I've got white hair now.
And this photo is of Max when he was a baby.
Look, he had a book then too.
He isn't different at all.
Listening 110. Listen and sing. When my grandpa was a boy.
When my grandpa was a boy, he was a lot like me. He had a house and garden and a happy family. Grandpa was a happy boy and he had lots of friends. They had lessons every day and they had fun at weekends. When my grandpa was a boy, he had fun every day. He had lots of books to read and lots of games to play.
Listening 111. Listen and point.
Night, light, sky, dry, smile, shine,
Listen and repeat.
Night. Light. Sky. Dry. Smile. Shine.
Listening 112. Listen and chant.
In the dry night sky there's a light so white it makes me smile as it shines all night.
Listening 113. Listen and point.
Cheerful. Miserable. Relaxed. Worried. Mean. Generous. Mean. Worried. Relaxed. Generous. Miserable. Cheerful.
Listen and repeat.
Cheerful. Miserable. Relaxed. Worried. Mean. Generous.
Listening 114. Listen and read.
When my grandma was a girl, her eyes were bright and blue. She had lovely long black hair. Her face was pretty too. In this photo, I can see what Grandma was like then. Grandma was a lot like me when she was only 10. Grandma had her wedding day when she was 22. She was a very pretty bride. The groom was handsome too. That young groom's my grandpa now, and I am very glad. Next they had a baby boy. That baby was my dad. Now my grandma's 70. Her hair is short and grey. She's very cheerful all the time. She's happy every day. She's always nice and generous. I think that you can see. I love my grandma very much, and I know that she loves me.
Listening 115. Listen and tick. Number 1.
Is this a photo of you when you were a boy, Grandpa?
Yes, it is.
Wow, you were good looking.
Thank you. I had brown hair then. My hair is white now.
Number 2.
Here's a picture of you on your bike.
Oh, yes. I had a bike when I was a boy.
It was a great bike.
Yes, it was. My bike was blue. My sister had a bike too. My sister's bike was red.
Number 3.
Oh, look. Is this a photo of your house?
Yes, it is. This was my house when I was a boy.
It's very nice.
Yes, it was very small, but it was very nice.
Number 4.
I like your photos, Grandpa. You had lots of fun when you were a boy.
Yes, they were good days. I was very cheerful then.
You're cheerful now, too.
Yes, I am.
Listening 116. Listen, read and say. Number 1.
Look! That's Sarah! Do you know her?
No. I know that she lives in my street.
She's in my class at school.
Number 2.
What's Sarah like? She looks friendly.
I think she is friendly. She always smiles and says hello.
Listening 117. Listen and write T, true, or F, false. Number 1.
Do you know Ben?
Yes, I do. He's in my class at school.
What's he like? He looks miserable.
He isn't miserable. He's always very cheerful.
Number 2.
What about Lucy? Do you know her?
Not really. I know that she goes to our school.
She's in my class.
Really? What's she like? She always looks worried.
Oh, no. I think she's very relaxed.
Number 3.
I don't know Jenny. Do you know her?
Yes, I do. She's my friend.
I think she looks kind.
She is kind. She's always very generous too.
Number 4.
Is Tim in your class?
No, he isn't. I don't know Tim. What's he like?
He's nice, and I think he's very clever.
Lucky Tim.
Listening 118. Listen and read.
Around the world in 80 days. Phileas Fogg and his assistant, Passepartout, arrived at the station in Bombay just in time to catch the train to Calcutta. The train was quite busy. Fogg and Passepartout sat in a carriage with another man. The man's name was Sir Francis Cromarty. He was English, but he lived in India. He told Fogg many things about the customs, history and people of India as they travelled. Fogg told Sir Francis about his plan to travel around the world in 80 days.
What a strange way to travel,
thought Sir Francis.
How can you learn about the world when you race around it in 80 days?
After an hour, the train was outside the city, and the men saw fields, villages, farms, forests, mountains and jungles from the train window. Passepartout felt nervous. He wanted Fogg to complete his journey in 80 days, but there was still a long way to go. Passepartout worried every time the train stopped or moved slowly. But Fogg was very calm. He didn't worry at all. At 8 o'clock the next morning, the train stopped in a small village. The conductor walked along the train and called to the passengers. "No more railway! This is the end of the journey!"
Where are we?
asked Sir Francis. "Colby," answered the conductor. "We stop here."
But we have tickets to Calcutta,
said Sir Francis. "The railway isn't finished," said the conductor. "It doesn't go all the way to Calcutta yet." "Our boat leaves Calcutta in 3 days," said Fogg. "We must find a way to get there." Fogg, Sir Francis and Passepartout went to look for some transport, Fogg and Sir Francis were not lucky, but Passepartout found something. "Look, Mr. Fogg," he said. "It's an elephant. We can ride to Calcutta on an elephant."
Listening 119. Listen and read.
School transport. Children around the world use lots of different forms of transport to go to school. Bus, train, and even helicopter. How do you go to school?
My name is Diego. I'm 8 years old. I live in a small village in Peru. My village is in the Amazon rainforest. There aren't many roads in the rainforest, so there aren't many cars or buses. Everyone travels by canoe. I go to school by canoe. Every day, a big canoe collects all the children from the villages along the river and takes them to school. There are usually about 40 children in the canoe when it reaches the school. Every morning, I wait near the river for the canoe with my little brother and sister. When the canoe arrives at my village, I help my brother and sister to get into the canoe. It takes about half an hour to get to school. I do my homework on the way to school, and I talk to my friends on the way home.
I'm Haruka, and I'm 9. I'm from Tokyo in Japan. Tokyo is a huge city. My school is a long way from my house, so I travel to school by train every day. Trains are very popular in Japan. Millions of people use trains to get to work and school. The trains in Japan are clean and fast, but they are usually very crowded. I leave home at 7:30 every day. I walk to the train station with my brother. We take 2 trains to Tama Station. The journey takes about 1 hour. It's a long time, but some of my friends travel for 2 hours to get to school. I like my journey to school because I can talk to my brother on the way.